Hey everybody, my name's Daryl Robero. Welcome back to Journey to VR. So this is part 2 of my Vive unboxing and installation. Today I'm going to be installing the Vive into the room and getting the calibration all done and start playing around with it. So let's check out what's involved. So the first thing I need to do is go ahead and get these base stations installed in either corner of the room. So I'm going to go over in that corner and I'm going to go back over here on this corner. Now my space isn't that big. It's probably, like maybe 4.5 feet, maybe 5 feet wide by maybe 9 feet or 10 feet long. So we'll have no problem covering that volume with both of these base stations. So pretty simple. All we're going to do is use one of these brackets to go ahead and install that guy into the corner of the room. So let's go ahead and check that out. I'll get it going right now. So I got a couple drywall screws that I'm going to be using. We'll run over here with this guy, and we'll just sort of figure out where we want to put it. So I'm thinking right around here is a good spot. So let me just go ahead and screw this in really quickly, and then we'll get this up and running before you know it. And I think I can probably just set this guy up. So we got that one powered on. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and install the software. So I've already downloaded the Vive software. So let's go ahead and just jump over to our downloads and we'll run the setup. Cool. Well, while this is going, I'm guessing I can start to install the rest of the hardware. So we've got the headset. And we have to get this headset onto the box, and we have this little breakout box that goes in between it. Now, one of the things that happened that was interesting was with the Vive breakout box, it comes with an HDMI cable. And the problem is my computer does not have an HDMI output. It only has DisplayPort. So that kind of freaked me out. I was thinking, all right, great, I'm going to have to go around and find a new, go buy a cable. And then I saw on the box that there was actually a mini DisplayPort input on that, and I happen to have, which doesn't come with the Vive kit, I happen to have an actual DisplayPort to mini DisplayPort cable. So I was really lucky. That could have definitely cost me some time where I would have to run out to Best Buy or somewhere to find an adapter or a DisplayPort to DisplayPort mini cable if I didn't have that. So I'm really psyched that I did have that. So we go ahead and let's just start to do that. Okay, so with all of those done, we now can plug in our little breakout box. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've now got that guy kind of all hooked up, as well as the power supply for it. We can start to get our headset plugged in. So we're going to go ahead and set this up as a room scale. Very straightforward here. So it says move your furniture away. Okay, that's cool. I can do that. Move my chair over here and get that out of the way. All right, headset is ready. Yep, okay. Turn on the controllers and place the controllers and headset in a location visible from the base station. Okay, so we'll set that there. It's visible from the base station. This guy is visible from the base station, and this guy is visible from the base station. One of my controllers does not seem to be syncing up here at all. All right, so what I'm going to do is hop on the internet and try to do some research on why one of my controllers isn't syncing, and I'll get back to you guys. Hey everybody, so I'm back, and I was able to get it fixed really simply by turning everything off and turning it back on. So if you're going through the setup and for some reason it didn't sync properly, turn it all off, turn it back on. I think what happened was the base stations weren't able to see the controller when I first turned it on, and that sort of freaked the system out. But by powering it all down and bringing it back up, everything is totally fine now. So I'll walk you through the process of getting it set up. So we'll jump into the Steam VR app. That'll come up and give me some icons that represent what is currently being synced wirelessly. So both base stations are finding themselves properly, as well as the headset. The controllers need to be powered on, so we'll just click the power button on that guy. And then we got a green light and an icon on my monitor showing me that we've now synced properly, and we'll power this guy up. And it also has a green light showing that it's synced properly. So with that done, we can start to calibrate the room. So we'll jump back into the Steam VR app and run the room setup. So we're going to go with room scale setup. It says that it needs to be 2 meters by 1.5 meters. I don't think I have that width, but we'll give it a shot anyway just to see what happens. So we'll go into the room scale setup, and it's going to guide me through this very straightforward. Move your furniture out of the way. Okay, cool. Everything's established tracking, so we're ready on all that stuff. Locate your monitor. So grab a controller, looks super cool. Pull the trigger at the monitor. It has a little haptic feedback, vibrating as that happens. So we've done that step. Let's jump to the next step here. It's telling me to calibrate the floor. So let's put our controllers in our space on our floor. We'll go ahead and click the calibrate floor button. It goes through and establishes where that ground plane is. So now that we've done that, we can go ahead and start to measure our room. So let's grab our controllers and start tracing. So I've got this guy, and we'll just start tracing this out. And it's kind of cool. You can see on my screen there that it's giving me a nice visual representation as to where the controllers are, where the base stations are, as well as where the headset is. So really pretty awesome. And it picks up all the orientation of them too, which is, like that's super, super cool, right? So let's go ahead and click the next button and see what it says. All right, yeah, so it's saying your play area is too small. This wall, there's not enough width. So to get around that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back and use the advanced mode, and I'm going to cheat my space a little bit here. So we'll just go ahead and in the advanced mode, I'm going to go and just mark a corner, somewhere sort of like here. And then I'm gonna overdrive it past this wall a little bit. So it's not totally accurate, but it's gonna be good enough. And then we'll just do something like that. So that's gonna be my my volume, and hopefully that's wide enough. Let's go ahead and click the next button and see what it says. Yeah, so I've got it at 1.6 meters. So if we click the edit button here, I can actually shrink that wall in and sort of push it this way a little bit and try to square it up a little bit more, something like that. That looks good. And I might even just click the next button now. So now that we've done that, it says we're done. We're ready to play, which is super, super cool. So let's go ahead and turn on the mirroring of the display. I'll go and I'll grab my handy-dandy headset. We'll put this guy on. Got my space all calibrated. Okay, that's cool. Whoa. Okay, let me grab my controllers here. Got them. So they're in here, and I got a little, like wireframe showing you, and this is real. That's kind of cool. Now this wall isn't really in the right place. It's like it's out a couple feet. Like it thinks I'm touching it right here. So that's a little messed up, but that's fine. Hey, look, check it out. There's the Earth, the little controller, and then as I start getting close to the wall, look, it sort of ghosts itself on and says, oh, you're about to enter in that wall. And when you touch it, it's really there. So that is super, super cool. And this is what this is all about, right? So really, wow, that's beautiful. I dig it. So thanks for taking the time to check out Journey to VR. And I'll be making some more posts really, really soon. So make sure you guys are tuning in. Cheers, everybody.